Now this is a scary situation. Your steering wheel shaking so hard and you have no control over your truck.
We've been seeing the video. They call it actually the death wobble.
Okay, is that good enough for you?
Holy
Well, it is happening with thousands of Ford trucks.
Channel 2's investigative reporter Justin Gray found that it is so frequent, it's known among truck owners as the death wobble.
Well, Javita, drivers say you never know when the death wobble could happen. You could go weeks or even months, but when it does, it is so scary, you will never forget it.
Okay, is that good enough for you?
Ford owners posting videos to YouTube,
Okay, there it goes. We're in the death wobble right now.
sharing their death wobble experiences.
Prayer was all I had was, dear God, let me get through this.
Derek Spann doesn't have to look on YouTube. He's lived it himself in his 2018 Ford F-250. And you can't control it.
No, it'll pull the steering wheel completely out of your hand.
We're talking about Ford Super Duty trucks, F-250 and 350s, work trucks, or in Spann's case, the retirement vehicle he planned to use to pull an RV cross-country. Spann's cost $72,000.
Safety was the main reason I bought this truck.
But a moment with his 4 grandchildren on board on I-20 changed everything.
I could not control it. It was jerking all over the road.
Spann has been a tractor-trailer driver for decades, but stopping his truck in the middle of the highway with a semi behind him was his worst moment on the road.
I was in tears because I knew what was behind me.
Spann has taken his truck into the Ford dealership 5 different times. This is the kind of thing that
This is the kind of thing that would set it off, that kind of bouncing.
He's not alone. Look at the complaints to the National Highway Transportation Safety Administration. More than 1,200 of them about death wobble in Ford F-250s and 350s.
What we saw was this was happening to a lot of people, and it was terrifying.
Attorney David Wright has filed a class action lawsuit against Ford on behalf of F-250 and 350 owners.
Ford has known about this problem for a long time. If Ford can't fix the problem, it certainly needs to tell the potential buyers of its vehicle that this problem exists.
So what we're looking at is each individual joint.
Adam Richmond has seen so many trucks come in with the death wobble at Southern Off-Road Specialists over the years. They have a special inspection process for it, and he walked us through it on this Jeep.
Jeremy, if you'll go ahead and start moving the wheel back and forth.
Richmond says what makes this so tough is there is just not a one-size-fits-all fix.
Every single vehicle has a different combination of parts or pieces that ultimately contribute to or are directly responsible for death wobble.
Ford owners have been reporting the problem since 2005. Stuck paying out of their own pocket for thousands of dollars in repair costs. Ford never issued a recall. Finally, last year, Ford instructed dealers to replace the steering damper in late model trucks if owners complain of death wobble. But Richmond says that is just a Band-Aid.
The root cause of the problem was not addressed.
Derek Spann has owned 30 Ford trucks. His father drove Fords too. But he tells me this could be his last. It just sits except for one chore.
It's a high-dollar garbage truck. I take my garbage off with it.
And all a Ford spokesman would tell me is they will not comment on pending litigation. Remember, these are expensive trucks, mainly work trucks used by small business owners, contractors, and they're put in a really awful position here. Either sit the truck or put themselves at risk. Others on the road is risk as well.
And we were talking during the story, this is not just a regular basic alignment issue. There's something else happening here.
Yeah, it very specifically happens on these Ford 250 and 350s, and it has been happening for years.
Thank you, Justin.
That's a crazy video right there.